The book dragon's lair. Sounds like the satyrs are up talking again. I wonder what they're talking about. Probably lots of things. Yeah. Water for me, water for my flowers, and waters for my herbs, my fruits, and my spices. The cinnamon grows with the lavender, and the honeysuckles all dance. The flowers sing their songs, and the satyrs talk as loud as possible. They're probably drunk. Probably really drunk if I know the satyrs. Are you alright, flowers? You smell fine. Roses, are you hiding something from me? What about you, shy little violets? Are you hiding something from me? That's weird. That's really, really, really weird. Okay, now I heard it. Okay. Come on out. Come on out, wherever you are. I'm not gonna hurt you, I promise. I promise I won't. I don't hurt people. And I don't eat people either. Though I can't really say the same about some of my cousins. Come on. Don't make me sniff you out, because I will do it. I have a very strong sense of smell. I can smell you all among my flowers, because my flowers have very distinct smells. So come on out. I promise I'm not going to hurt you. And the satyrs won't hurt you either. They're friendly enough, they just get drunk easy. There you are. I've heard of a fox in the hen house, or a toad in the hole, but this is the first time that I've ever seen a human in the greenhouse. Not that I'm complaining. Hi. Hi. Look at you all nestled up among my flowers. Do you think you're a type of flower? Here. It's okay, I told you I'm not gonna hurt you. I don't eat humans. Though I can't really say the same about some of my distant relatives. Yeah, but again, I'm not gonna eat you. I know the rules of the interspecies exchange bill. I studied when I came in here. There you go. That's better. So, what's your name? That's a very interesting name. I've never heard it before. I like it. It's nice to meet you. My name's Hulda. I'm a troll. If I'm a troll, then why don't I don't look like a troll? I've heard that one before. I've also heard that question before. If you're a troll, why don't you live under a bridge? Well, that's only some species of troll that live under a bridge. Usually it's... yeah, there's more than one different kind of troll. We're kind of versatile. My family tree is pretty big. But it's usually trolls that don't like the sunlight that usually hide under bridges. Or, you know, trolls that just like the dark, musty smell underneath bridges. Some trolls don't like sunlight. Yeah, there are some breeds of troll which they have a very severe allergic reaction to sunlight, kind of like vampires. Except trolls, certain breeds of trolls, when they're exposed to sunlight, they turn to stone. How come I don't turn to stone? Well, again, there's more than one type of troll, and I happen to come from a line that is totally down with the sun. We have no allergic reactions to it. In fact, we actually like it. Well, I mean, for starters, it helps the plants grow, and, well, I like having this little greenhouse of mine. Technically, biologically speaking, all species of trolls have a connection to nature in one way or another, even those that are a little more, rough around the edges. I'm just gonna put it like that, to, you know, be polite. What do I mean by that? Well, let's just say it's in regards to the, dietary, preferences of some of my cousins. Yeah, they tend to eat humans. They live high up in the mountains, like way far from here. I actually moved here recently. Left the old homeland to try and, strike out on my own and, you know, seek my fortune and all that good stuff. Do I miss the family? Well, of course I do. Technically speaking, usually all trolls, for the most part, live in groups together. Like, some are more solitary, but when they get married and they have children, then they kind of live in a group. And then some species of troll live in very large family groups. And then you got my breed of troll, in which we have a lot, and I do mean a lot, of kids. A lot of changelings running around. Yeah, changeling is what we call our young. Fairies? Oh, yeah. I can understand where that would be a little bit confusing. But there's troll changelings can come in all sorts of shapes and sizes. Sometimes they can even be made out of wood. Like Pinocchio? No, more akin to turning a log into a little troll child. Well, it's one way to have a child, and I've known some female trolls who struggle with fertility, and so they made themselves a child by turning a log into a little troll child for them to take care of. It's a rare occurrence, but it does happen, given that us trolls are connected to nature and stuff, which means, technically speaking, biologically speaking, we should be very fertile. It's rare cases that there are infertility in trolls, but we make it work one way or another. So, tell me, human, why were you hiding in my greenhouse, by chance? Don't worry, you can tell me. I won't judge you or anything. I see. So, you ended up lost in the woods. You tripped over a log. You accidentally angered a badger. You woke up a sleeping grizzly bear. And you also almost stepped into a fairy ring. And so in your panic and to avoid the badger pelting you with rocks and the grizzly bear trying to throw the badger at you, you ran all the way down through the forest, down the hill, and into my greenhouse. That's a good 5 miles. Are you okay? Like, did you step on a crack? Did you kick a ladybug? Did you break a mirror? That sounds really, really unlucky. Like, I don't know what you did, but it must have been pretty big. Well, I mean, you know, that's one way to hide yourself in a greenhouse. Here, do you want some? It's just water. You caught me while I was in here watering all my plants and my flowers. So, do you have any more questions for me? Connected to nature? Yeah. I told you, we trolls are connected to nature. We can make things grow easy. What? Overgrow? New York City? Cover everything in flowers, plants? What the? Where did you hear that? In a movie? Ugh, figures it would be in a movie. You humans are interesting creatures, but you have a tendency to over-exaggerate a lot. I'm sorry to say that, but it is really true. Technically speaking, technically speaking, we trolls could do that, you know, overtake a city with various flora. We could do that, but we don't. See, we believe in, you know, the balance of nature. For every mouse, there's a snake to eat the mouse. For every snake, there's an eagle to eat the snake, and so on and so forth. There has to be a balance. Whatever you give, you get. Whatever you take away will regrow itself. Is that why I don't use traps? Oh, you did notice. Yeah, I don't mind letting the rabbits in for the occasional bite of food, but if they get too numerous, well, then there's the foxes for that. The rabbits multiply and the foxes subtract. That way there's a balance for everything. It's one of the reasons why I kind of live a little secluded from the city. I get around, and I sometimes visit the city. In fact, that's how I sell all my wares, but I like being close to nature. Always remembering my roots, you know, as it were. So, do you have any place to go? You don't look like you got beat up too badly. Maybe a few cuts and a few bruises I can see over there, but you don't seem too worse for the wear. Where, do you have anywhere that you need to be? Do you have a place to stay? Oh. So, you're actually trying to get settled into a place, but your car broke down? And that's why you were in the forest? You were trying to see if you could get some help? Ah, that explains it. Yikes. Did you phone to get your car, towed? or not told, towed to the repair shop? Did you get that? Did you try and call them at least? Okay, so your car's being repaired. Well, you're quite a ways from the city, but I happen to know all the shortcuts, and again, I make visits all the time, so that way I can sell my wares. Tell you what, why don't you stay with me for a little while, at least until your car's repaired. I got some spare bedrooms. They're furnished with, you know, clean bedding and some spare clothes. There'll be 3 square meals, and we can just kind of rest and recuperate here while your car gets all fixed up in the shop in the city. And then when you get the phone call that your car is all patched up and ready to go, then I'll take you to the city. And heck, I'll even help you get moved in. Would I do that? Of course I would. I'm always willing to help people out, and besides, moving can be a pain in the neck, especially with all that heavy lifting. And luckily, when it comes to trolls, we're really, really strong. You just let me do all the heavy lifting, and you'll be moved in about a matter of 30 minutes, maybe a little more, depending on how many large things you need moved into your new house. But I'm always willing to help. Speaking of helping, I think it's just about time to have a nice little nap after working in the garden. Come on, follow me inside, and we'll have something to eat before we get you all settled in. I'll make us a nice salad, some soup, and I'll make some nice bread with butter and jam, and we'll have some tea, and we can get to know each other a little better. How does that sound? I figured you'd like that. Alrighty. Come on, follow me.